Whoa, whoa, what's up? Another video. This one's a little bit of a discussion video. I know I haven't done any of these related to retro gaming in quite a while. I don't think the last time I did something talking about retro video game niches and things like that were back in, I don't know, 2017 or 18 when I did the retro video game survival guide videos. But I've seen this popping up a lot lately in older videos that comments that I've been getting, and it's kind of become a little bit of a trend now that our hobby, or our niche of a fucking hobby that no one gave a fuck about when I started on YouTube. No one gave a shit about retro video games back in 2013. No one gave a shit about reviewing them. No one gave a shit about making random videos and pickup videos back in 2013 about retro video games. I know some of you are going to say that's not true, but it was very, very small back in the day. Like, almost no one was doing it. Some of my original game review videos that I ever made were some of the very first reviews for some of these games ever on the platform. So for me to be able to say that just shows that no one was really giving a shit about it then. So in the last 4 to 5 years, though, retro video games have just fucking jumped up and skyrocketed as far as prices go, as far as people getting into the hobby goes, speculators coming into the hobby, obviously, from other collection niches, trying to capitalize on the market, or market there is right now. So when I say that, it ties into the video title, because I have been called this before and I've never really thought about it, because it's about as stupid as a comment that you can get as just when someone says, oh, you like Xbox or PlayStation? Well, fuck you, because you're on the wrong side of the console wars. So for me, console wars and the topic we're talking about today don't really fucking matter to me, because I just am a consumer of video games and a consumer of the shit that I like from when I was growing up as a kid, and obviously newer shit that comes out, like this First Four Figures statue of Pyramid Head, because we never got shit like that when this game was new. So the shit is obviously very important to me and I love it. So but it ties perfectly into the video that we're going to be talking about, the title. Am I a shelf collector? What is a shelf collector, if you don't know? It's someone that buys these things, these games, these toys, these books, these figures, and everything else, to not play them, to not use them, and may not even have a connection to these things other than that they look cool behind you for videos. So if you've watched this channel at all since it began to what it's evolved into today, my office and areas that I've lived in have changed dramatically over the years. From my collection going from the shit that I owned from when I was a kid, to getting back into buying old shit that I had lost or got sold off, and then finally having more room to present more shit that I've had just in storage for all these years. So am I a shelf collector? I would say probably no, if you want to go off the definition of what I just said a shelf collector was. Definition, no. But what I will say is that I kind of am as well. And what I mean by that is a lot of this stuff, after I'm done playing it, or after I'm done displaying it, like some of these figures, like these Resident Evil figures, like they're never going to come out of their boxes. I mean, they're never going to come out of their boxes. They are something that's very sentimental to me, something that I love from the hobby. I mean, Resident Evil being my favorite thing, besides Silent Hill, you know, obviously. But it's just something that's never going to come out. It's something for me to look at, and that is the shelf that I have available to me, and it looks cool in a video. Yeah, so maybe sort of definition-wise, I am a shelf collector when it comes to some things, even though I'm really not. I just love these things, and I grew up with these things, and I just want to be surrounded by these things. Especially when I'm working in here or my next future office, I want to be surrounded by these things that I care about, that I love, that I have nostalgia for. Every time I walk into the office that I currently work in, or I'm going to be working in the future, I want it to have that feel that gets me pumped, excited, in the mood to be creative. A lot of this stuff, even though it gives me all these warm and fuzzy feelings of being a child again, because, you know, I always like to make the joke because I'm a fucking man kid, I'm fucking pathetic, I collect toys. I don't really give a shit. I hear it all the time in YouTube comments. But when I come in here, I want to be surrounded by the things that make me excited. And these things excite me. Fucking giant Ninja Turtle stuffed animals excite me. Statues that I'll never ever fucking use other than to have them displayed excite me. An Elvira cutout for a Coors Light ad from 1985 excites me. That stuff is what I want to be surrounded by. So, no, do I have the time or the energy to play all of these fucking games that I have all the fucking time? Absolutely fucking not. I'm not a rich person. I don't have a job that I don't have to go to every day and bust my fucking ass and work overtime to support myself. I live in the most expensive state in the entire fucking United States. Of course I have a job and I work my fucking ass off. But all of this shit though, it just makes me feel good. It makes me want to be creative when it comes to working on these YouTube videos. So when I get comments saying like, oh, you know, he doesn't do YouTube videos anymore, he's a shelf collector, or yeah, grow up and get a real job because you're a man and you shouldn't have toys. That one I see a lot on here. It's not that it bothers me, I actually find it quite hilarious and I laugh about it all the time. That's why you'll never see me ban somebody or erase their comments, because I think they're fucking hysterical when I see someone write like something so dumb. Like, why are you here? Why are you watching the video? I'm sure it's probably some of you watching this right now who make those comments and they're just jealous and you wish you could have some of this stuff. Or you really like this channel, but you don't want to admit you like this channel because you probably have surrounded yourself with people that'll make you feel stupid. And that's sad for you. But for me and my friends and everyone else who does this kind of shit on YouTube, it makes us feel good, and obviously we're pretty happy people. So am I a shelf collector? Yes and no. By definition, what I said a shelf collector was, nah. Because I do play these games. I do watch those VHS tapes. I do reviews on them. Do I get to play them all the fucking time? No. Do I get to play the modern video games that I want to play all the fucking time? Hell fucking no, I don't. I'm just getting now into the Quarry that came out like back in the beginning of the summer. And I still have only gotten in a quarter into that game because I'm fucking busy. But, yeah, so I thought this would just be a fun spur of the moment video to talk about shelf collecting. What do I think about it? Is it wrong for someone to be a shelf collector? I really don't give a fuck. You can buy whatever the fuck you want to and do with whatever the fuck you want to. You want to buy an entire NES library on eBay, get it graded, and then take each one of those fucking graded carts and then throw them in a fucking fire pit on video for views? Fuck it. If that's what you want to do, fuck you. I don't care how people want to spend their money and then use the shit that they bought. That doesn't bother me at all. This is there's no one person or group echelon of fucking people that can judge what a person does with their collection or the shit that they buy. Who gives a fuck? I think most people are in that same boat of mindset, but there is those few deranged, I think, fucking people that you see on this platform that are all about gatekeeping. It's almost like music culture. You know, there's the gatekeepers where, you know, you like a certain band, or you like one metal band compared to the other one, and then for some reason you don't really like metal. That shit just makes me laugh. So yeah, I really don't give a shit if you're a shelf collector. I really don't give a shit if you take these games and you fucking hate, you grew up hating Nintendo and you just want to buy every fucking copy of a Nintendo game and fucking throw it away and break it. I really don't give a fuck. You spent the money, do whatever the fuck you want to. Yeah, that's all really I have to say about it. I know, a very random video, but I just been seeing those comments recently, and also just seeing that it's kind of been a trend thing to talk about and bring up in this sphere now that we call the retro gaming community on YouTube. For me, it was never that way. I was just a dude that made videos on YouTube on video games that I grew up with and liked, and then also some random horror games that I'll randomly find, or random horror VHS tapes. It wasn't about being in a clique. It was never about being in a group. It's never been about that for me. It's always been about whatever I've fucking wanted to talk about, and that's the way it will continue. Shelf collectors or not, it doesn't matter to me. So yeah, that's how I feel about it. You got my official answer about shelf collecting. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm sure many of you, some of you are gonna like be pissed off about it, but I really don't give a fuck about your opinion or care if your feelings are hurt because I said you could fuck off if you like to be a shelf collector. I really don't give a shit. Or if I'm not gatekeeping enough, I really don't give a fuck. But I just thought I would talk about that and make a video finally for the however many months I've been gone. And now we're in November, and hopefully I can get to some more videos. So if you guys want to see more videos like this, hit the like button, subscribe, see you in the comments, and I'll definitely see you on the next movie or game review. This is Forrest. This is Retro or Die. Later.